I got to do this over and over and over again until I get it right. Okay. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your No Frills, the voice commentary from a singer. It's the second night of the Voice premiere with Blake Shelton, Adam Levine, Pharrell Williams, and a returning Christina Aguilera, and it started with a Super Tuesday electoral update. I was just so, they kept cutting in. Well, only cut in twice, it's not that bad, but that was two times too many, get me all upset. Of course, we got some recaps of performances from last night and a coach count. Joe Vivona started out, he was 27. He did Dreaming with a Broken Heart by John Mayer, and an escaped my throat as he started his first words, and Adam turned around for him. Then Blake turned before he even got into the chorus. He had such a nice gruff to his voice and sounded so grounded, plus he handled his higher notes really well. Pharrell chimed in near the end. Christina didn't push because of some pitch problems, she said. Adam said one of his best qualities is that he was telling the story to make sure the song got through. Pharrell hit on his nerves problem. Blake said he liked the jacket and his freaky fun hair, and also that he electrified the room. And Joe chose Pharrell as his coach because he's his 95-year-old grandfather's favorite. Shalyah Fearing was up next. She was 15. She did What Is Love by V. Bozeman, and she went into just one run, and Christina turned around for her, right up her alley. Exactly what Christina likes. Shalyah was really working with her vocals. She had a really nice sound with some great gruff of her own and a wide range. I mean, she was just going down and just going all the way up. Them high notes are really great. Christina stood for her. Adam said she had the voice of someone who's not 15. Pharrell told her she's in the best hands. And why did she only get one coast to turn? But she got the right coast to turn. Adam Wakefield was 33. He did Tennessee Whiskey by George Jones, and he had a big guitar and sang one line, and Adam turned around for him. Loved his deep blues sound, and he had a very nice cleanness to his vocals. Blake turned for him next, and you could tell that he has a lot of stage experience, just how he worked his body behind the mic and the guitar. He was just doing his thing, just letting them have it. I was like, go ahead on, man. Blake and Adam stood for him. Pharrell told him he was doing some really interesting runs. Adam noted that he turned his chair right away and said he heard southern rock and blues in his voice. Blake broke down the history of the song and what country represents, and I was like, go on and tell him what's going on, Blake. Adam, of course, chose Blake because he was hoping for Team Blake when he came in. Caroline Burns was next. She was 15. She did So Far Away by Carole King, and she auditioned last year, and Pharrell got her to promise to come back along with the audience, and she started out and really looked like she was trying to craft the vocals on this. She was leading them with her hands and just very concentrated with a beautiful tone and focus. Adam turned for her first, and she had such a sunny disposition and displayed some nice tiny little chromatic turns. There was a crack here and there, but this was a very good vocal with some nicely caressed higher extended notes. Blake turned at the last minute and stood for her. Adam said he remembered her right away and then asked her name. He kept pointing out that he heard it and turned around right away. Christina called her voice very pretty. Pharrell said she lifted the people. Blake noticed she kept her composure and said she could easily win the voice. And Caroline chose Adam because she's loved Maroon 5 since she was 6 years old. And please make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you have loved the commentary since when I started it or when you started watching. This is Robert Anton, and I thank you guys so much for your thumbs. Natalie Clark was next. She was 34. She did All Right Now by Free, and she let out a little moan before she started this, and y'all know I always recognize that. Always, just come going into it, you know what I'm saying? She cupped the mic and started telling the story. She had a bit of a quirky voice with a lot of gruff, and Blake had his hand up like he was gonna hit the button. She was doing just a little dance trying to keep her energy up, and it was okay, but no coach's turn for her, and I was like, oh man, I wish she would have went through. Blake said her verses were incredible, but her choruses felt like she was restraining herself. Adam said she had it going on in the beginning, but she needed to work on her upper register. Christina sang it a little bit for her and said she wanted to hear more of the beast come out of her. Emily Keener was 16. She did Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, and Pharrell said wow as soon as she started, and in short order Blake and all the rest had turned for her. She handled this song very well with an ethereal sound in the beginning. She looked kind of hipster girl with a stance and attitude toward the song, and it worked well. Nice range. All the coaches stood for her. her. Blake said her voice was a completely new sound. Adam thought her voice was pure and loved the choice of the version of the song she sang. Pharrell called it breathtaking and said she used the entire tapestry of her vocal cords. You better talk, Pharrell. Christina told her she's so special and said her talent derives from pure passion. Emily chose Pharrell because she feels like he has cool strategies and ideas when it comes to music. Next there was Laith Al-Saadi. He was 38. He did The Letter by Joe Cocker, originally by the Boxtops, and he hit it hard straight off and you could hear the age in his voice, and he was killing that electric guitar. The coaches were listening intently and Adam kind of mouthed that he's good. This was rocking me out, and then Adam and Blake both turned for him and he lit that guitar up. On the ending it was crazy. Christina noticed how he growled all the way through. Blake called his voice enormous and called him a great singer. Adam noticed he has control up high and down low and said he shreds like a maniac. Pharrell wanted to see him do the solo and he did it again just as well, just rocking the house, and all the coaches stood for him while Pharrell went up to shake his hand. Laith chose Adam as his coach because he's a rocker at heart. Then we had Angie Keilhauer. She did I Hold On by Dierks Bentley and she brought out her guitar and rocked into this. Loved that she was smiling and really eating the mic way up in there. Her voice had such a nice tone and twang to it, very confident and intensely positive. The coaches were taking their time and I was sold already. I was like, go to turn for a go. Christina was swaying hard and all the guys turned for her at the same time as she sailed into the ending, but they made her work for this. Pharrell noticed her control. Adam said she got better and better and loved the control of her raw break, he called it. Blake called her wild and undisciplined when she performed, and Angie chose Blake because his style connects with her heart. Then we got a montage with Lacy Mandigo going to TeamXtina, Jonathan Bach going to TeamPharrell, Katherine Ho going to TeamAdam. Next we had Theron Early. He was 21. He did Amazed by Lone Star. And I love this song. I had to learn it a long time ago for a gig and just fell in love with it. This started out with nice emotion and Pharrell said, good singer. I liked the piano having such a gospel tinge flavor and he was riding the emotion well. The coaches were taking their time and he hit a huge long ending note and I just knew somebody was going to turn and no coaches turned for him. Oh man. Blake said it was a very powerful vocal but mentioned the dynamics and said that it stayed on 10 the whole time. Adam wanted a little more ease to fit the passion. Christina said the ending was super strong and called him a great singer and sent him home. And in the pimp spot tonight was Katherine Ho. She was 28. She did Redneck Woman by Gretchen Wilson and she was goofy and she walked up on the stage, but she got serious when she started singing. So intense and focused and telling the story right to the audience. She was just taking it to them, doing her thing. All her little body inflections were working out. She had me yelping for her. I mean, like seriously, I was like, go girl, do it. I was rooting her on. Loved her stage movement and her in-your-face attitude on this. This was fun and she screamed it out at the end and got Adam, Pharrell, and Christina to turn. And she immediately ran and jumped into Adam's arms. I mean, just all up on them, legs up and everything. Then she kissed Pharrell and Christina and hugged Blake. I love her so much. Oh my God. Adam acted out her entrance and said he likes her style. Christina kissed her and on the lips, okay, I kissed the girl, and said there's more of that to come if she picks her. And Katie chose Team Christina, of course. But her girlfriend was trying to get her to pick Adam. But she said she chose Christina because she's the most amazing female vocalist who's ever lived in her opinion. And what did you think of tonight's show? Oh my God, who was your favorite of the night? There were so many great people tonight. There were so many great people to choose from. Oh, how do you choose? Oh, this is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc. Oh my goodness, this is already, it just looks to me like a great season is ahead. I look forward to hearing what you thought. Out.